Hello everyone and welcome to the introduction of the new app Alif Laam, which is for Arabic literacy to help you learn how to read and write in Arabic. The main components of this app are four things. First, the Arabic alphabet letters, which introduces the shapes and the names of all letters of the Arabic alphabet so that you'll be able to recognize the letter in any shape and their combinations and how to identify all of them very easily. The second is the letter sound, which is how to know the sound of any letter and how to know the sounds of diacritics and how to identify their combinations of letters and diacritics. And then, using this information about the shapes and names and sounds, you'll be able to sound out words so that when you see a word in Arabic, you'll be able to know what are the sounds corresponding to each letter, and if there are diacritics, you'll know what they mean and how they sound. So this is how you read words, and then you can actually write words, which is to type the words on the Arabic keyboard. Let's see how it works for the Arabic alphabet letters. Notice that we can set the timer depending on how long we want the quiz to be. Here I set it to be 1 minute. I did it in the settings, and the quiz looks easily like how to identify a letter. So we have this letter, which is one of the letters of the Arabic alphabet. We want to know what the name is. So we can look into the tutorial and see what it's called Hamza ala waw.
Hamza ala waw.
So when we answer it correctly, then you will have a new coin, and you move to the next question. So this letter is called ba. So which of them is ba? This one. So we answer correctly. If you make a mistake, for example, this is the
Veil.
It's wrong, so it will be incorrect. Now you see that the accuracy is 67%. You have completed 3 questions, 2 of them correct, 1 is wrong. You can look into the mistakes. This is the mistake, and you have the score for today is 13, and it's made to be high. It's actually high score, so that's good. You can actually look into the high scores and see where you are. Right now you are still guest, so you can just go to the profile and set up a username, user123, and set up an email preferably, and you can choose an avatar if you want, but you don't have an option right now, so we can just update the profile. And we can try another one, which is the letter sounds. So here, which of these make the sound z? So we look into these and then check, oh, this one.
Z.
And how about dhu? So we check which of these, and it's actually this one.
Dhu.
And it keeps going on like this. And this is j.
J.
And this is su.
Su.
And this is fa.
Fa.
And it keeps going on like this. This is she.
She.
And this is b.
B.
And if we make a mistake, it will show. And this again another mistake, but this is the correct one. And this is the answer.
De.
And this is
N.
So this one we have an accuracy of 83%, and we see that we've done 10 correct and 2 wrong, and then we can check our mistakes again, and you notice that the score for now is added to the previous score, so that today's score is 96 and we are still at a high score. So what we can do is to use the coins that we have from our correct answers, go to the shop, and then choose one of these avatars. So this one for top 10 coins, and then we go, and then we go back to a profile, and then we can choose our avatar, and then update, and then it's updated. And then we can try the other one, which is how to read a word. Now we have seen the different shapes of the letter Nun. So now when we see it like this in the word Nahla, which means bee, we can identify that the first sound is Na,
Ne.
and then the second is Ha, and then La,
Le.
and then. So this is how we sound out a word. And then the word Arnab, which means rabbit. So A, Ra,
R.
and then Na,
Ne.
and B.
B.
So now we can also see how can we sound out words. And now we see that we completed 15 and 9 correct, 6 wrong, and we still have a high score. And when we look into the high score list, we'll find that we have user 123 is now on the high score list. And then to the final one, which is to write words, and this is the word dhabi. So we try to look into how to write it. The first letter is dha, which is this one, and the second is ba, which is this one, and the third is ya, which is this one. And now we have the word dhabi. And then this one is thu'aban, fa, ain, ba, alif, nun. And then the word lama, which is lam, alif, mim, alif, and then qird, qaf, ra, del, and tawus, ta, us, and then batriq, ba, ta, and then it's done. So now they have here the accuracy is 100%, and we have also a high score, so that's good. And here we can go back to the menu and see that today we have made 1 day streak because we have completed the amount of minutes that is required. And this is something that you can set up during the settings. So you can go to the settings and set the game duration to be, by default it's 5 minutes, and then the goal will be like 10 minutes. So this will be how you identify the goal and the amount of minutes or amount of time that is taken for each quiz. And also you can look into the score, which you've seen before, and you can see your progress. So our progress today is that we've done the alphabet once for an accuracy of 67% and the sounds for 84%, and the reading was 60% and the writing was 100%. And we can also look into the help, which is it tells you what does each part of this interface does, and you can go through it and know what it does. And one of the important things to start with is to look into the tutorials and practice, which tells you how does it work for Arabic alphabet and Arabic sounds. So here is the list of Arabic alphabet and how we write it in Latin alphabet, and sometimes use numbers and all of this. So all of this is something that is important when we are starting to recognize what Arabic letters and Arabic alphabet are all about. And we can also have the list of Arabic letters, and even we can click on them to know how it is sounded, and this letter called Hamza,
Hamza,
and so forth. And you can also look into the sound lists. It gives you a list of all the letters combined with the diacritics. For example, this is E, and so forth. And you can also do some little bit of handwriting practice, which isn't finalized yet. So you can write the letters, like the letter Alif and the letter Hamza, and so forth. And yeah, so that's it. And if there is any question or any issue, you can always send feedback here, and you send any message and then submit it, and that's it. Please let us know how do you find it, and if you have any suggestions or any problems, and I hope this will be a very useful tool for you to start actually learning the Arabic alphabet and how to read Arabic words. Thank you so much.